You're welcome to the news on the hour. The Chief of Army Staff paid a courtesy visit to the Executive Governor of Enugu State, His Excellency Barrister Peter Ndubisi Mba, who commended the Army Chief, Lieutenant General Wadi Shaibu, and the Nigerian Army for their unwavering commitment to peace and security across the country. The governor, who received them on Thursday, 13th November 2025, at the government house, stated that he had closely followed the activities of the Chief of Army Staff since his assumption and observed that he has approached his duties with dedication and excellence required of such strategic position. In his closing remark, he appreciated the visit of the Chief of Army Staff while congratulating him for the well-deserved appointment, considering his antecedents in the previous commands in the Northeast and other formations. And he concluded that it was an honor to receive him and his team at the government house. In the response from the Chief of Army Staff, he appreciated the governor and good people of Enugu State for the continued support to the Nigerian Army and other security agencies in the state. He went further to assure him that the Nigerian Army would remain proactive in tackling security challenges confronting the nation, adding that with sustained collaboration among the armed forces, other security agencies, and the general public, that insecurity would soon become a thing of the past. You're welcome to today's news at 7. My name is Chidi Ikenna Amobi. EFCC charges youths to drive for positive change, not fraud. In a program tagged You Against Crime Festival, organized by the Economic and Financial Crime Commission, EFCC, which took place across the 6 area councils of Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, starting from Monday, the 3rd day of November to the 10th day of November 2025. Speaking through the head of Enlightenment and Reorientation, Assistant Commander of the EFCC, Aisha Muhammad, the Executive Chairman of the EFCC, Ola Olukoyede, highlighted the need for young people to cultivate integrity and discipline, describing them as the nation's most valuable assets. He disclosed that EFCC's youth-based initiatives were driven by the Commission's desire to promote awareness on the dangers of cybercrime and corruption among young people, and part of broader efforts at redirecting the minds of those at impressionable age towards ethical behaviors, hard work, and nation building. The organizer of the festival, Mr. Tayo Falorunsho, emphasized the importance of such youth-centered initiatives, noting that events like You Against Crime Festival are essential in molding responsible citizens, fostering safer communities. The program, which featured resource persons from the EFCC, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, and Nigerian Police Force, provided a platform for students across the FCT to be tutored on the virtues of integrity, discipline, and civic responsibilities aimed at building a better society and safer financial space. This is CIA News Africa. You're welcome to today's news at 7. I am Chidi Ikenna Amobi. The Commandant of the National Defense College, Rear Admiral Abdullahi Ahmed, on Wednesday, 12 November 2025, paid a courtesy visit to the Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Idi Abbas, at the Naval Headquarters, Abuja. Rear Admiral Ahmed expressed great appreciation to the Chief of Naval Staff for the warm reception and also congratulates him on the recent appointment. He acknowledged the continued collaboration between the college and the Nigerian Army, noting that such synergy remains vital for advancing strategic military education and national security objectives. He went further to brief the Chief of Naval Staff on key developments at the college, particularly the planned relocation to its permanent site. He added that the construction of facilities are ongoing in the site as he appealed for the continued support of the Chief of Naval Staff and other service chiefs to ensure smooth transition. Rear Admiral Ahmed also pointed out few challenges of the college relating to accommodation and infrastructure. He further sought the Navy's partnership in research on strategic maritime and defense policy areas. In response, the Chief of Naval Staff commended the college for its vital contributions addressing the challenges of accommodation and the college's relocation move to the permanent site. This is CIA News Africa. You're welcome to News on the Hour. My name is Chidi Ikedna Amobi. Mr. Peter Obi, after several visits to Ogidi and Ihiala and other places, 2 days ago, traveled to Enugu to the construction site of Annunciation Hospital College of Nursing Sciences in Emene, Enugu State. Annunciation College of Nursing Sciences is an institution founded by the Daughters of Divine Love Congregation, which, as part of its ongoing commitment to investing in education and healthcare, expressed great joy and gratitude to them for their compassion and dedication. He went further to encourage them to remain steadfast in their mission of providing better health care by raising competent and compassionate professionals who will contribute meaningfully to the society. He, as usual, made an additional donation of 20 million naira, which summed the total contribution towards the construction and equipping of the institution to 120 million naira. In his concluding remark, he said that we cannot build a truly prosperous nation without prioritizing these critical areas of development. The journey to a new Nigeria must be anchored on education, healthcare, and poverty alleviation, he said. This is CIA News Africa. As Mr. Peter Obi continues to give back to society and his deliberate will of investing in the nation's health and education sector and in pulling people out of poverty, he visited Our Lady of Lourdes College of Nursing Sciences, Ihiala, Anambra State, where he met and discussed with the staff and students. He encouraged them to be steadfast, disciplined, and compassionate in their pursuit of education and service to humanity. Having gotten inspired by their dedication and passion for learning, he supported the institution with a sum of 15 million naira. When he further went round the premises and was reminded on how he championed the reconstruction of the existing structures in the institution under the Millennium Development Goals (MDGs) and also anchored in the Anambra Integrated Development Strategy (ANIS). And he was overjoyed to see that those investments he made few years ago have continued to make positive impact in the lives of the people. He reiterated that our journey to a better Nigeria must be built on education, healthcare, and pulling people out of poverty for us to succeed. This is CIA News Africa. A man who allegedly disguised himself as a woman to steal from the neighborhood has been caught by the police. Other details about this news shall be relayed across as it unfolds. Ahmad al-Shara, the Syrian president, shall be visiting the White House on Monday. The president, who was seen in a video playing basketball with top military US officials, shall be the first president of Syria to visit the White House.
A new video shows Syrian President Ahmed al-Shara playing basketball with top US military officials ahead of a historic meeting with President Donald Trump. Syria's foreign minister posted the video yesterday with the caption, "Work hard, play harder." Al-Shara is a controversial figure. The former member of Al-Qaeda was the leader of the main militant group that helped overthrow the government of Syrian dictator Bashar al-Assad, whose regime had been in power for several decades. In the video, Al-Shara is seen with the Syrian foreign minister shooting hoops with the commander of U.S. Central Command, Admiral Brad Cooper, and Army Brigadier General Kevin J. Lambert. Al-Shara is set to meet with Trump in Washington, D.C., and will be the first Syrian president to visit the White House.
Marcus, tell us more about al-Shara. This is a man who was once designated a terrorist by the United States, now shaking hands with the president at the White House.
Yeah, Kira, it really is a remarkable turn of events, and there's a lot of mystery surrounding his early life. Journalists and investigators have tried to piece a lot of that together, and in particular, to learn how strongly he has held Islamist views. As you know, he was part of Al-Qaeda, and he fought the U.S. in Iraq, as Karen said there, and he also had a relationship with Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, the former leader of ISIS. And so he really has gone from being one of the main enemies of the U.S. To someone that the president has praised as strong. And so we'll wait to see exactly how he will continue to govern Syria. But as Karen just alluded to, one of his main goals is to try to rebuild the country after some 14 years of civil war. And certainly that makes this meeting that he's having with President Trump critical.
Still, from the foreign news, flying cars have been manufactured and in circulation in the world as the price of the car is $190,000.
You don't need a pilot's license, and you don't even need a runway.
It looks awesome from down here.
Such a great feeling and just the best view ever. In normal aviation, you don't get to fly this low to the ground that often, so getting to do it in this point of view is spectacular.
There, can you see it? It's just there. It looks wrong. You know, my brain can't quite get a handle on the movement. I'm used to seeing how cars, motorbikes, airplanes move. This just moves differently. It's disconcerting. It's weird. I mean, it's awesome. It's weird.
If you've ever played a video game, you can fly this thing. It's one joystick. Seriously. Starting price, $190,000, and for now, the battery life is only around 20 minutes, the range only about 20 miles. Pivotal says that will improve.
What are we calling this? We call it like an aircraft? We call it a flying car?
Yeah.
I mean, what is it?
So technically it's an eVTOL, which stands for Electric Vertical Takeoff and Landing
You
Aircraft.
need a sexier acronym,
Yeah.
a sexier name.
Yeah,
sure,
exactly.
right. And why don't you put some wheels on it and actually make it a flying car?
We definitely don't have the weight budget for wheels to be taken on the road, unfortunately.
Disappointed, Ken.
One pilot told me flying a Cessna is like driving a sedate sedan. Flying this is like riding a motorcycle.
Following the U.S. President declaration of Nigeria as a country of particular concern a few days ago, all eyes are on the lookout for the next action.
Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. Thousands and thousands of Christians are being killed. Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughter. I am hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern. That's a legal definition. When the Christians or any such group is slaughtered, like is happening in Nigeria, 3,100 versus 4,476 worldwide. What horrible numbers. Something has to be done. I am asking Congressman Riley Moore, together with Chairman Tom Cole and the House Appropriations Committee, to immediately look into this matter and to report back to me. And I mean, like, immediately. The United States cannot stand by while such atrocities are happening in Nigeria and numerous other countries. It's not only Nigeria, it's all over. We stand ready, willing, and able to save our great Christian population around the world. This is not going to happen. The killing of Christians is not going to happen.
This is CIA News Africa. Mr. Peter Obi laments bitterly about neglect from the government over the payment structure of the Super Eagles. He reiterated that Super Eagles, who have consistently given their best in representing our dear country, should not be owed their allowances. He continued that the government of the day seemed to find money to waste on needless, lavish spending and political patronage without paying those who patriotically raise our flags, bring us pride, and serve with dedication. In what seemed like food for thought, he further said that when those who serve their country are not treated with dignity, that it sends the wrong message to the youth that hard work and service are not rewarded. In the closing remark, he said that those who represent Nigeria deserve to be paid promptly and treated with respect. You're watching CIA News Africa. The American President Donald J. Trump has warned that America will deploy her military to Nigeria if killings of Christians doesn't stop as soon as possible.
On Nigeria, just wanted to ask you, do you envisage US boots on the ground?
Could be. I mean, a lot of things I envisage, a lot of things. They're killing record numbers of Christians in Nigeria. And they have other countries very bad also. You know that part of the world very bad. They're killing the Christians and killing them in very large numbers. We're not going to allow that to happen.
Meanwhile, the Nigerian presidential advisor, Daniel Buwale, has said in an interview also that Nigeria is ready to have a sit-down discussions with America on the better way of putting a stop to the insurgency in Nigeria.
The report or notion that there is a Christian persecution or genocide in Nigeria is false. False both from the premise and the conclusion. It is not supported by data. All the report we have so far seen, from assessment from USIP, assessment from Amnesty International, from European Union, have all attested to the fact that there were serious cases of killing, but that from 2022-23 down to 2025 there have been marked improvement. In fact, there is a decline in the rate of killings. So it is intriguing and surprising for us how an old report is being used for this type of thing. But we are all about solution, and because we know America is a partner and they've been very helpful, we see it that it is probably a clarion call for us to have a sit down and then discuss how we can forge a common front in this fight against insurgency. We are willing, anytime, any day. I personally, I have a feeling that in the next couple of days, they are going to have a sit down together and then we will find a common front in this fight against insecurity.
You're watching CIA News Africa. The chairman of Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Josiah Ojo Amopita, has called for massive turnout in the Anambra State governorship election, slated for tomorrow, 8th day of November 2025. He, however, also declares that the commission is ready to deliver a credible, inclusive, and transparent election tomorrow. Speaking at a press conference held on Thursday, 6th November 2025 at INEC headquarters, Abuja, the chairman said that the greatest enemy to Anambra's democracy is not just external violence, but voter apathy. Surprisingly, Professor Amupita revealed a worrying slide in voter participation in the state, as he said that participation of voters in 2023 governorship election in the state was 25.5% and dropped to 20.10% in 2017 and dropped massively in 2021 with 10.27%. To that effect, he urged all the credible persons in Anambra State to come out and exercise their civic right without fear or favor. Impressively, this time, the chairman reported that the major success in voter preparedness as the percentage of collected PVCs now stands at 98.80%. Reassuringly, the chairman assured of the commission's readiness and said that all the 5,718 polling units in Anambra State must open simultaneously at 8:30 a.m., backed by the deployment of over 24,000 trained ad hoc personnel with 6,879 BVAS devices for the election. You're watching CIA News Africa. Popular Nigerian music artist known as Portable has said that he is going back to school in order to manage his business very well, that people are abusing him because of his education, and he wants to go back to school, that he has known that education is never a scam, that he's going back to school to complete his education. Hear him out.
Zakato Sari and fancy me, I go by name Portable Malalomi. Now who get money, now in there they call Akada. I get glory, I get money, I get Akada. Eleyon se fake life. I want go school. Better Paris school and fancy me. I dey sponsor people's children. I dey sponsor my own children too. Come on, like come on, baba yín ò lọ school. I love people baba yín àbí bọ̀dá yín. So, mo fẹ́ lọ school. For choir poly ND tá lọ ṣe àgbàwé àgbà gbogbo ẹ̀. All this music ni, but I don make am now. I wan go back to school. So I wan dey use am dey monitor my music. All those my music platform, gbogbo owó tó ń bọ́lẹ̀. If I go school well now, I go dey reason. Ó ti yé màmá fi ìwé bá yín jà. Ṣé ń wọ?
This is CIA News Africa. Mr. Peter B speaks at Sahel Food Systems Changemakers Conference in Abuja, organized by Sahel Consulting, themed Designing for Legacy, Building Resilient and Impact-Driven Food Systems. In his speech, he emphasized that no Nigerian should go to bed hungry. He continued by saying that Nigeria is blessed with vast arable land and human capital and should not be listed among the hungriest nations of the world, instead to be among the sufficient and exporting countries of the world. He went further to cite an example of what Nigerians' rice production should be with Bangladesh. He said that Bangladesh, with 148,600 kilometers square of land, which is about the size of Niger and Borno states of Nigeria, produces almost 10 times more rice than Nigeria. In his concluding remark, he said that this is a reflection of the misplaced priorities in Nigeria and not a lack of capacity, but lack of commitment and leadership focus. That this is a time for Nigeria to realize that we can earn more from agriculture than from oil. In his final speech, and I quote, "For Nigeria to rise, we must move from consumption to production, from dependency to productivity, and from rhetoric to action." End of quote. He left the stage with a statement that farmers, entrepreneurs, and innovators are ready, that government should simply create enabling environment for the youth and for the nation. This is CIA News. In a remarkable recognition of literary excellence and service, the Commissioner for Education in Anambra State, Professor Ngozi Chuma Ude, receives the prestigious title of the Fellow of the Association of Nigerian Authors, ANA. Professor Chuma Ude, a former dean of the Faculty of Arts at Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, is widely known for her powerful literary voice, academic brilliance, and tireless advocacy for quality education. A prolific writer, critic, and orator, she is the author of several notable works, including Forlorn Fate, which continues to inspire both readers and aspiring writers across generations. The honor celebrates her outstanding contributions to literature and education in Nigeria, as well as her mentorship, passion for creative excellence, and lifelong commitment to the development of young minds through the written and spoken words. Congratulations to Professor Ngozi Chuma Ude on this well-deserved honor. You're watching CIA News Africa. Mr. Peter B. pays a courtesy visit to Immaculate Girls Model Secondary School in Nnewi. He noted that he had supported the school when he was the governor of Anambra State about 12 years ago. He, as usual, promised to see to their needs of providing a school bus and laptops as demanded by them. Please, we shall be back after this time out.
Kedu afọ na-azụ? Enwere ife na-alụpụta? Kedu ngwa afịa bụ ife a? Kedu ebe na-anọ? Kedu otu isi eme ya? Ị chọrọ ka mba ụwa mara maka ya? Nwa ọmarịcha ife na-alụpụta, mana ọ bụ na ndị ụwa amara ihe bụ ihe a. Nke bụ eziokwu bụ na ọ ga-ada efụkwọ. Anyị wee wepụta oge a anyị kpọrọ ka anyị jee ahịa, oge anyị wepụtara iji gosire ndị ụwa ihe na-alụ nakwa ebe ị na-anọ. Anyị ga-abịa kpọmkwem ma gosi ndị ụwa nekwa na ebe onye a na-anọ nekwa na ife ọ na-alụpụta bụ sọ mma. Nke a ga-eme ka ụmụ ụwa malụ ma kpọọ gị ma sị gị biko achọrọ m ihe a ma achọrọ m nke ọzọ. Maka ọ na-abụ onye kwuo ebe ọ nọ achọrọ ya gaba. Kwuo ebe ị nọ ịdịna ka onye lụ ụlọ ma mma ya kpuchie onye kpuchie, gosi ụwa ebe ị na-anọ na oge a anyị kpọrọ ka anyị jee ahịa. Sonyere anyị n'oge a ka anyị jee ahịa. Ahịa ka anyị na-eje ka anyị gwa ndị ụwa ebe ị na-anọ. Ngwa sonyere anyị n'oge a.
As part of Peter Obi's dedication and effort in strengthening the healthcare systems, he also visited St. Philip's Hospital, Newi, after receiving their request for an assistance. He, at the end of the day, supported them with a sum of 5 million naira and promised to always support them. At the end of the visit, he concluded that Nigeria can only make progress when we deliberately invest in education and healthcare, which, according to him, are the most critical foundations for a developed nation and human capital development. He reaffirmed his commitment to contributing his part, no matter how small, to building a Nigeria where every child can learn and access quality healthcare. This is CIA News. Mr. Peter Obi visit the College of Nursing Sciences, Iyenu Ogidi, where, according to him, he met the huge number of students of medical sciences, nursing, midwifery, medical lab, dentistry, and other related fields. He spoke to them about the importance of education and healthcare, reminding them that their chosen professions are essential to the service of humanity. At the end, as usual, he made a donation of 15 million naira to support the institution. He continued by saying that no nation can rise beyond the quality of its education and healthcare system. These two sectors, according to him, remain the most effective tools for lifting people out of poverty and building a productive society. He added that when we invest in education and healthcare, we empower minds and preserve lives. In the closing remark, he said that his commitment is to continue prioritizing these sectors, not as acts of charity, but as a deliberate investment in our shared future and in building a Nigeria where every citizen has the opportunity to prosper. This is CIA News Africa. On the latest threat by the US President Donald J. Trump, Omoyele Sowore has reacted and said that no Nigerians should celebrate about such news. According to him, on his Facebook page, he said that the United States and its allies have a long record of military intervention that leave nations more unstable than before. He also said that America and its allies have failed to secure peace in Afghanistan, Iraq, Libya, or Syria, and they won't bring salvation to Nigeria through bombs or boots on the ground. He continued to say that what Nigeria needs is not a foreign savior, but a legitimate, accountable leadership that protects all citizens, upholds justice, and ends the cycle of corruption and violence that have left the nation broken. He continued by saying that our deliverance will never come from abroad, but must come from within through real leadership and national renewal. Omoyele Sowore. You're watching CIA News Africa on Independent African Television Channel. Subscribe to this channel if you're watching it on YouTube, and follow this page if you're watching it on Facebook. I am Chidi Ikenna Amobi. Do have a blessed day ahead. Oge mmemme. Gịnị ka anyị na-eme n'oge mmemme? Oge mmemme bụ oge anyị ji egosipụta ndị ụwa ife na-emenụ, ndị na-eme mmemme. Ị na-ekupụta nwa, ị na-anụta nwaanyị, ị na-anụ di, ị na-emechi ọzọ, ị na-ekpute ife ọbụla ị na-eme bụ mmemme nke nyasị ndị mmadụ. Bịanụ nọnyelụ m, anyị na-egosipụta ya na onyonyo a nke anyị kpọọ CIA TV maọbụ ozu ka ị na-akwa maọbụ ife ọbụla anyị chọọ ime iwe sị ka ndị mmadụ fịa, anyị na-agba mbọ ma gbasie mbọ ike wepụtara gị ya na emume a anyị kpọrọ oge mmemme. Gba mbọ kpọọ anyị ga-abịa ma gosipụta ụwa nke iji wee karịsịa, gosipụta ụwa otu esi eme ife, gosipụta ụwa na nke bụ eziokwu niile eme ife ka esi eme ife. Anyị na-agba mbọ mee ya bụ ife otu a ma gba mbọ gosipụtakwa ya n'ụwa ka mba ụwa wee fịa. Aka mbụ onye nke gị Chidi Ikenna Amobi. Daalụ ka ọ dị ka enwere dị demedeme. Night. In the day. Whenever and wherever